we'll talk about the backtest strategy that we will use and how we will do the test plan. So please join me in going through this. If you're not able to join, we will of course have the video available so you are able to review this later. But like I said yesterday, we'll be doing this backtesting jam sessions 4 times a week, so Monday to Thursday. So I'll make sure we continue on doing our backtesting. Is very important. It's like practice for pro athletes. So if they don't go to practice, their performance will show that. So it's very important for us to practice as well. And one of the ways that we can get this practice in is by doing our back testing. So the software that I'm using for this one is the Forex Tester 3 software, and there will be a link that you can click on if you want to check it out. Currently, Forex Tester has a special running for the next few days. If you do want to take advantage of that, you can take that. This will be on top of the discount they are offering our community. So you can click on the link to check it out. If you want to just continue these sessions with me, you're welcome to do so. So today, like I mentioned, we'll talk about the strategy that we are going to test. How are we going to do this? So we'll talk about the test plan as well. Just a quick disclaimer here. Trading is a risky business. These sessions are not intended to be investment advice. They are strictly for educational purposes only. All right, so the strategy that I have picked that we will talk about is the simple strategy. I have a video on YouTube that you can look, a webinar that I did a while ago. That one's called A Simple Forex Strategy. So this strategy is it's a good strategy for people who are busy. So somebody who is juggling multiple priorities, you may have a full-time job or you may have a family and you've got a lot of different things going on. So you don't have full-time or full day to devote to trading, to sitting in front of the charts. So what do you do if you don't have that type of time to sit in front of the chart? So this is the strategy that would work for people who are in this position, people who like trading Forex, so you have a passion for trading Forex, but you just don't have enough time to trade it, and you find that you are usually at work, so you end up missing your best trade setups, or you are somewhere else taking care of your normal day-to-day life and you don't have time to sit in front of the charts, so you're not able to take advantage of the best trade setups. So this is for people in that situation. So that's the strategy we'll be testing. The strategy is called a Simple Forex Trading Strategy for a Busy Lifestyle. This is a strategy that I use for doing my daily market analysis calls. However, when I take trades in the London session, I do live orders, so I don't put pending orders. But what I'm planning on doing is actually changing that. Instead of doing market orders, which you can still do, creating pending orders, so that we'll take a look at the daily strategy, and then based on the daily candlestick, daily market direction, we'll pick a few pairs, maybe 3 pairs, and we'll put pending orders on those, and those are the ones we will trade. So that's what the strategy will be all about. So it'll be based on the daily chart, and then you can either go down to 1 hour chart and place your trades there, or you can just put pending orders based on the 3 best trade setups and then trade those. So with this one, what are we trying to do? We're trying to spend less time actually staring at charts and looking at charts, but still making money. So we still want to be profitable. We just don't want to be spending entire day in front of the screen. And normally what happens is the more time you spend in front of charts, the worse the trading gets, because a lot of people will get into over trading, and as a result of that, you end up giving away the profits that you have made. Usually you just want to pick a couple of good high probability trades and then just make a profit out of those, and then let go of all the others, because the frequency of trading is directly related to amount of money people lose. So just keep that in mind. And what are we trying to do? Basically, we're just looking to scan the markets, and we're only looking for the best trade setups to trade. And this will actually help double your profit and cut your trading time in half. Like I said, the more time you spend in front of the screen, the more trades you end up taking, and less profitable most people are doing that. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at. So these slides are from my YouTube video, the webinar that I have done, and so we're just bringing them on here. Okay, so what is the first thing that you want to do? The first thing you want to know is what direction is the market going in, right? And we are going to look at the daily chart for us to find that market direction. So daily charts, normally people will think that daily charts are for swing trading. That's not really the case. We can take a look at daily candlesticks to find market direction. And that's what our strategy would be based on. And we will track the results as we go on. And when do we do this? I like to do it after the close of the day. So after close of the New York session closes at 5 p.m. Eastern. And this is when we want to mark down the daily direction for our trades, or for the where each pair went. And based on that, we will pick 3 best pairs and we will place trades based on that. So what are we looking for in terms of the daily candlesticks? We are looking for strong candlesticks. And what does that mean? So strong bearish bar. So if you have a bearish engulfing candle, that's a good bar. If you have a pin bar, that's a good candlestick that we want to look at. So any kind of rejection patterns, if you have a double top pattern, those are some of the things we want to look at. If you have strong bullish, like bullish engulfing bar, bullish pin bar, those are the type of things that we want to look at. So we're looking for strong candlestick closes on the daily chart, and based on that, we will place a trade in that direction. All right, so let's go on to our charts here, and I will show you what I mean, and then we'll go on to the Forex Tester, and we'll do a little bit of testing there as well. All right, so here we have let's take a look at this daily here, for example. So what are we talking about? So this is a good pound here, is a good example here. So we had a daily candlestick close here. So price was going up, came into this previous support and resistance level, and then we get this bearish candle close here. Once we get this bearish candle close, I do like that candle close here. I'm looking for price to drop based on that. So next day we see price drops. That's good. That's a really good candle close. It's a strong candle. Price closes towards the bottom of the candlestick. So what I don't like is candles like this, where the pin is as big as the candle body. Usually that means price is rejecting the level, and we could see reversal, which we saw in this case. But this kind of candlesticks where the price closes right into the bottom of the candle is it's a very good candle. So we're looking for the next day, we're looking for it to go down. Based on this candle close the following day, we're looking for it to drop. And as we can see, price has dropped. So once this candle closes, which it will close in just a few minutes here, once this candle closes, we're looking for price to pull back and then drop again. So this strategy is all about looking at the candlestick, and then basically we're looking to see what direction the price will go in the following day. And it's as simple as that. That's all we're trying to look for. We're looking for good, solid candlesticks. So for example, here we have a bearish engulfing candle close. Once we get this candlestick, next day we're looking for a price to drop. Here we see price drops. Next day we're looking for price to drop. It drops and then pulls back. So this here is not a strong candle. It's not a strong bearish candle. So the next day we won't trade this chart. We'll move on to another chart and look for a strong pattern. So we will take a look at multiple charts. So on our day-to-day basis, we'll take a look at multiple charts, and that's how we will forward test the strategy. So we'll do a back test and a forward test. The back testing will be done in Forex Tester, and starting next week, we'll start doing forward testing as well. So during my daily analysis calls in a trade room, I go through multiple different pairs, just like the weekly analysis, and I usually take a look at the direction of different pairs and where I expect them to go. So following day, when we do our jam sessions, I will bring that a spreadsheet and we'll take a look at what happened under the live market conditions. So this way, on one hand, we will test it backwards on the Forex Tester. On the other hand, we will test it under live market conditions using our spreadsheet and the daily analysis that I would have done the previous day. So this way, we cover both the points. So there will be times just to make sure that price doesn't just continue in one direction. Normally you will see we tend to get 3 days of single direction. For the most part, sometimes the trend can continue much longer, but usually you can get 3 days of the same trade. So that's another advantage of this strategy. Once we start the trading here, as we can see, we got 1 day, second day, and third day. So you have 2 more days of that. So here we got bearish candle close, we got 1, then 2 more days out of that, so 3 days in total. So here we got a pin bar, and then we got a couple more days. So you could take the trade. So once we see a good candlestick set up here, so we have a couple of more days of trading that same candlestick. All right, so let's go on to our Forex Tester here and see what we have. So right now we just looked at the daily chart to see the daily strategy, to look at the daily candlesticks, so what exactly we're looking for. Right now, because we're just playing around with it, we won't do the actual taking of trades. Today we're just in the setup mode, so we'll just go through the candlesticks, but next week we will actually start taking trades. All right, so let's the data once again. So what I had forgotten to do was generate ticks. So once you download the data, we also have to generate ticks. So I have gone ahead and done that. So now we have this chart, and I will just, we'll take another 10 minutes and we'll run through these charts or these different candlesticks and see, just for fun, we'll guess where the price is going to go. So we won't take trades, but we'll just guess. So right now we're just getting our feet dirty, our feet wet, not dirty. So we're just getting our feet wet. And next week we will do the full-blown back testing and forward testing. So today we're just having fun. We have set up the software. So we have set up the software, and we all have also gone through the strategy now. And now let's play around with it. So I've started the test and I've paused it because I want to go one candlestick at a time. And you can use your space bar, or you can click on this little next arrow to step forward one bar at a time. You can also let it run, unpause it. It will just run through, but that doesn't really give us much information. I like to do it slow, take it slow, do it properly, and that's what we will do. All right, so what are we looking at here? So here we are in this euro dollar is what we're testing. It's a daily chart, daily time frame, and we want the candles to move forward 1 day at a time. And here, if you take a look at it, it will tell you when you place your cursor over each candlestick, it will give you the date, the time, open, high, low, close, all that kind of information is being provided to us. So, all right, so let's get going here now. So we'll take a look at, so let's put some support resistance levels here. So we have support resistance level right here. As we can see, price had dropped from here, retested this level, and dropped from here as well. So now the next level, we have support resistance into this level, and then further down we have support resistance there as well. So normally on my daily charts, I would have these levels marked, and as we go, these levels will change from day to day based on what the price is doing. So now we have a bearish candle close. This shows that price is likely to drop. So based on this candle close, my guess would be that the price would drop the next day. So let's see if it does that. As we can see, price has dropped. Now, that's a bearish candle close. I like the candle. Next day, I'm looking for price to drop. But do keep in mind, we are coming into the support level here. So I'm looking for price to test this 1.0820 level. And there we go. We guessed it correctly. Price drops. It closes right into the support level here. So now price would have to break through this level in order for it to continue. We do have a good solid candle close, but we are into support. So I would like to see the price close on the other side before actually taking a breakout trade, because a lot of times when we come into support like that, price can push up further. So the bias still stays to the downside. So let's see what it does. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. A lot of times price will struggle with this. So after this, so basically when the price comes into support on live charts, I would not be looking to trade this because we are into support. Chances are we get something like this, or worse, we get a reversal signal like this. So this day, I would not take a trade either, because that's not the best chart to trade from. So that will be a day I would go to a different chart. Maybe I will look at pound dollar, or I will look at Aussie dollar, or a different pair to trade, because this is not the best daily candle that I want to look at. So let's see what we get here. So next one here, so we need to wait for a good candlestick to set up before we take a trade. So if it breaks and closes below the support here, then we'll be looking for a continuation. If it goes up, it could pull back into this previous support resistance area. Then basically we're looking for price to go up higher. So let's take a look. There we go. As I said here, price, a lot of times price can turn around at support like that. That's an important support. So now we have a bullish engulfing candle close. We are into support. We are into resistance though, but I think price could continue on into this 109.40 level. So let's take a look. So based on this candle close, looking for a pullback to the upside. All right, so like I said, it's into resistance. So it didn't really go further. I was looking for it to go further. It hasn't really done that. So now we have a indecision candle close. So again, not the best one to trade. We need to see a solid candle close for this to continue. So let's go to the next one. Here we go. Price has moved on further. So that's a good candle close. But right now, again, we are into a lot of coming up into resistance. But I will look for price to go up further. And here we are. So it pulls back, but doesn't continue on. So this looks like more of a pullback than actual trend to the upside. So we are just retracing here. So here we go. Another way to look at this strategy is we're looking for, you could take a swing trade based on this as well, a trade that you could sit in for 2-3 days. So what we notice here is we have a bullish candle close, price pulls back. So on my, when I trade the London session, what I'm looking for is price to, first I'm looking for New York solid New York close. Then I'm looking for price to pull back and then go in the direction of this candlestick. So normally I would look for about 38% to 50% pullback, and then I'm looking to go long. So even though price may not break the high here, you can still get pips in this trade. And then as price holds here, you can just stay in the trade and it will continue on higher. So now we are into this support and resistance. That's a very solid candle close here. So we could go higher. So that looks bullish. So I would look for a bullish close next. So we seem to be doing this thing here. So pulls back and then holds, pulls back and holds. So let's see. This is not a candle I would trade. And that's why, because we are into resistance here, and that we had a bearishness, more of a bearishness in that candle. So compared to this one here, where we have a large pin and a small body, that one has had a larger body. So there was more of a more bearishness in that. So here, what do we see? We see prices making lower highs. We have a solid bearish candle close. Kind of looks like an evening star. So I will look for price to drop from there. As we see, price drops. That's a bearish candle close. And I will look for price to drop further back into this. I'm looking for price to come into this support and resistance area at 108.25. So let's see. All right, so it pulls back into there. into our previous support resistance level. So this one here, even though it has bullishness in it, I do like the pin here. So I will look for price to drop. As we can see, it dropped. We're kind of into the weekend here. So we have a bearish close. I'm still looking for price to drop, go further down here. And here's our bearish close. Nice bearish candle close. I'm looking for price to drop again. And it drops a bit, then pulls back. So we're back into this support resistance area. So that's an indecision candle. This is not a candle I would trade on the daily chart. So this is the day I would go look for a different trading opportunity or go to a different chart to look for a trade. But so that's a neutral candle. We have a spinning top candle here. So very, very neutral candle. Next one, that's a neutral candle as well, but now we are starting to see pins to the downside, so price is pulling back. So again, not a candle I would trade because it's small and it's neutral. So let's see, that's a good candle. So now we have a bullish pin bar here. So we have a solid body here, price closes into the high of the candle, nice pin bar here. This is a trade that we can take to the upside here. So market direction, I'm looking for price to move higher. As we see, price goes up higher. So that's a solid candle close. I'm looking for further move to the upside and looking for price to kind of go back into this previous support resistance area. There we go. Price is back into the support resistance area. Price moves up higher. So now price pulls back off of that area. We still have bullishness in the candle, but now again, we are getting into an indecision. So this is bullish to neutral candle close. So price could go higher slightly as well. However, now price is starting to, after 3-4 days here, price is starting to weaken. So my bias is still bullish, but maybe not as strong. Well, that was very strong candle. So it does move up higher and actually closes quite strongly. Now we are into this previous support resistance area right into here now. So this is where price could turn. So I would be careful with this. The bias is still to the upside. I'm looking for a retest of this 1.1215 area into this level or into these highs. So bias is still to the upside, but with caution here. Here we go. So that's a neutral to slightly bullish candle close. Not a candle I would trade because we are into resistance and we don't know what the price is going to do at this point. So this is when I would wait for the next day and trade, either look for an opportunity at this level. So I would either do a market order or I would just look for another pair to trade. And this is why, because price is reacting here. So looking for price to drop. So now we have a bearish candle close. I'm looking for price to drop. So let's take a look. There we go. Price drops. That's so we have a lower high, lower low. That's bearish. Looking for price to drop further. Here we go. Price drops. So that's a nice bearish candle close. Looking for price to drop again. And now that's the day that we would be wrong. And we'll have those days as well where price will not do what we expect it to do. A lot of times we kind of get rid of those days by skipping the days that we are going to trade these candlesticks. However, there will be days when price will just reverse directions, and that could happen for any number of reasons. There could be news that comes out, comments that happen, all that kind of stuff. So now we have a bullish candle close, bullish engulfing. So we're looking for price to move up higher from there. So let's take a look. There we go. And now price closes above the high. So that's a very, very solid candle close. So now we're looking for price to move up higher into this support and resistance area. So bias is bullish, solid candle close, looking for price to go up higher. So let's take a look. Here we go. Price is back into the support and resistance area, and we are looking very bullish. So very, very bullish candle close, looking for price to move up higher into this support and resistance at 1.1450. So let's take a look. And here we go. So we had a big bullish candle close and price has moved up. And now we are into that support and resistance area. So that's our bar by bar analysis. And this is how I look at the candles every single day. So basically the idea here is we take a look at the daily candles and we look at multiple different pairs. And then we just look at the candle closes, based on how the candle closes, we decide what direction the price is going to go in. So we are basically just trying to gauge the direction price is likely to move in so that we can take a trade in that direction. All right, so I think we will wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a fun activity to do. It's like playing a guessing game. Where is the price likely to go? And it's quite fun. As we can see, we just basically keep guessing where the price is going to go based on the type of candlesticks that we see on the charts. So fun game. We'll continue on with this. We'll take it a little bit to the next level next week when we start again. So Monday I'll be back and we will do them in the morning. So this way we have, or not in the morning, sorry, we'll do it at the same time, but we'll do it on Monday. So this way we'll actually start taking trades as well. And we will take a look at how we can place trades based on our candle closes. So we'll take a look at that. So we'll basically layer another thing on top here. So right now we were just guessing. Next we'll start taking some trades, and then we will keep track of the different stats based on how the strategy performs and how our trades hit, whether they hit the targets or not. So we'll do that next time. So hope you guys enjoyed this little session, and we will continue on Monday. So tomorrow is Friday. We'll just take Friday off. We'll do a lot of this. The more we do of this, the better we will become at projecting the price and projecting market direction. And that is the point of this exercise. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.